Hey all, Thompson Farmstead Adventures. Well, I'm back at it again. Today is Monday. The wife is at the Kingdom Closet where she goes to help donate time. And we spent some good time yesterday getting a lot of the stuff cleaned up. I got to go through and, I got to work on stuff like this from all the wind damage. This guy here, this top one here broke. And it's split right here. I mean, it's a two section panel. See where I screwed them together. So it broke up here. And it's all rotted out. So I have some wood on the truck that I had on the side of the house. It's all warped. It doesn't matter though. As long as I can just cut whatever I need to make it work. And I'm going to try to work on the irrigation system for her so she's not trying to hand water everything. So let's see what I can get done. If you guys go back to some past videos, you'll see that I got a lot of this lumber here, pretty much 90% of it from a truss company that's in the city here, or this town. And they were sitting on the racks for the longest time, so what I did is I utilized, they let me have them. I mean, there was a lot of wood. And so I took all those trusses apart, helped clean up their site and everything too, you know, so they had room to put all the new trusses. It was a blessing to them, it was a blessing to us. But some of the trusses, you know, right in the center, since they were compressed together, they weren't able to dry out, so they created a little bit of rot here and there. I still used what I could have of it, but you know, it was only supposed to be like maybe 2 or 3 years. Well, we're going on 3 years with quite a bit of this stuff in this area here. The back area is about a year. Well, we did that in 23. So yeah, going on a 23, almost 5 years. I mean, 2 years. Anyways, the stuff's rotten. It's coming apart. It's also not pressure treated. That's on the ground. So it's starting to crumble as well. You know, we got our use out of it. And hopefully all these small repairs will get us by for a couple more years until I get the actual greenhouse and the actual chicken coop that I want, you know, put together out there. But for now, we're expanding and cleaning up and repairing and just doing what we got to do to make it happen. Let me show you this. All right, you can see it's starting to bust apart up here as well. Get my finger through the darn thing. So what I'm going to do for right now is I need to straighten it out because the weight of the food right here, you know, is pushing over. Plus, I don't have any corner braces right here. So right now, I'm just going to take that board. It's bent, but more of like a bow, so it's still pretty much straight. So I'm going to flip it over and have it crown side up. And I'm going to go grab some 6-inch screws and screw into these guys. So I'm going to come down through into all this. So let me go get those real quick. See how this turns out. Small panel here. You see where there's 2 pieces here. Well, this is one panel, here, and it's weak on both sides. This is a full panel that way, plate up here, and then I'm going to add a third one on top of these two here. Now, some of this warped wood that I got here, I actually bought dirt cheap at our local lumber yard. These are all the blemished pieces. So what I can use them for here. As you can see, it was bent this way. Now it's almost straight. little finesse, on 6-inch screws. But yeah, I've got a ton of wood from them for like 140 bucks. Probably worth about $700-800, especially the posts and stuff that I picked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure out this corner. I'm gonna probably hit this corner here first. That way it'll help push the fence out, and I'll go from there. Well, that stiffened it up quite a bit. Let's see how long that lasts. I don't think I'm going to put one over here. If I do one. Yeah, probably, what the heck. That'll help a little bit more, so I'll get another one up there. Now I'll just trim all this stuff off, except for that one over there on the top of the fence. But hey, it's better. Get all these guys off. And the wind's getting stronger, of course. I'll be back. Alrighty, well, here we go. I think I'm going to go ahead instead of tackling the water right now, because I got to find all the parts, man. Everything's scattered throughout the trailers. I'm going to work on getting the weed barrier down in this area here, getting all the tripping locations taken care of, stuff like this. Add some more to here, because these become little tripping areas. Fix that over there, get that part done, and then I'll go search for all the parts for all the irrigation, because there's a lot to do. So let's get this thing going. Fill that in a little bit over here. Get rid of that mess. All right. Hey, y'all. Well, it's the next day. Got the wife here today, and we're gonna show you her little little growing area that we built. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of get you up to date, and then we're gonna go out and do what we can in the garden or the orchard area. Well, look at that. Everything's growing nicely, huh?
Yep.
We only have a few cells. Well, even they're starting to break through. That
yeah.
was breaking through.
It takes a
Got
while
one
sometimes.
cell there. Hey, it looks like it's working out.
I always give up on my peppers and freak out and buy some, but these are really taking off this year.
Which one are your peppers?
These are peppers. There's more peppers over there. Usually I go, oh, it's not going to work. Huh? Those are green beans.
Oh, they're going fast.
I know. And I can't plant them outside, so I moved them because last year they went winding up through here and I broke a bunch of it. So I'm just using natural light.
I'll try to put a link down below on where we got these lights at Amazon. They came with little plastic cover on them, and I cut them off. I just took a razor blade and just ran along the side. It didn't hit the LEDs, but these guys seem to work really well. You know, we're looking for like 65,000 or 6,500 luminance, I believe it is. And you know, before we bought these, I was just researching all kinds of grow lights, and the ones that have the blues and reds and all that stuff in it that they actually use for growing whatever. You know, they're a few $100 just for like a little 2 foot by 2 foot, and or so, if I can remember correctly. So I found these guys here, and let's see what we got for it. Well, I think it was like 12 for $80, or something like that. Like I said, I'll try to put the link down below for Amazon on the lights here. They work really well, and they also come to where you can daisy chain them back and forth. So we start at one end, came daisy chain, went back around, back this way, went that way, and each setup came with a switch. In fact, it came with several switches. So you got switches here, you got all the switches right there, one here, there, there, and then we have a timer down there, a regular light timer. And we have heat pads and everything else. We bought also the heat pads, which were 2 foot, almost 2 foot. I think they were like 18 inches or 16 inches by 4 foot. And they are almost pretty much a full 4 feet because it sticks out over the edge. I bought a couple of those, one right there, and a few small ones, just in case. And the heat pads work good when it's cold in here. It is 60 degrees, which is fine. And what I did is I made a little cross cheese here and just put these little S-hooks so they can raise and lower them. But since we're growing so fast, we don't have to put them down because it will burn the plant if it gets too close. But I also don't want them to string out because they're trying to reach for the sun or the sky or whatever they're trying to reach for, the light. So that's what we got going on here, so we can go plant all that out there. I don't know how many buckets. We'll get a bucket count today. So we'll see you guys out there. All right. Well, we got a slight breeze today, so hopefully you can hear me. And also, I'm starting on seeing what it takes to heat press. I went out and bought a hat heat press and stuff. This one here is just a heat transfer, like you would here. There. And then I also have a leatherette that I was working with too. You've probably seen that on the greener hat, the army green. Anyways, what we got going on is that we were trying the bags. And the bags for us out here, because it's just so windy and all that, you have to really put a lot of water, you know, because it'll just dry up real fast. And so we went to all the blue buckets, like you see out there, inside the garden area, all over the place. So because these, let me make sure it's set up there. Because these bags would just leach out through the side, the plant wasn't getting any water and stuff, and they just weren't growing. And we also tried the 5-gallon bucket system. There's a few things that we've tried, gotten rid of. Small kiddie pools, we just pulled those out. You saw that early on yesterday's video, or no, yesterday or the day before, I don't know. We pulled all that out. That was the day that we're taking off the roof off the greenhouse. So Kim's got people interested in these bags, so we got to get a count on how many of what size. So we're gonna do that. Well, the wind is blowing a bit more. Tell the wife, whoever shows up, $100 for them all. Get them out of here. We don't have to pull them out, count them, and all that other stuff. Let them sell them. Let's go inside here in the garden area. So today I know we got to move these at least out of the way, or wherever she wants them. I think she's going to put them in a row here where the pools used to be. I got to get that out of here. Same thing on the other side, but I have to build a frame to continue to support this trellis. And then she has one, well actually those are going to stay, aren't they, for right now?
I guess.
Well, if you buy another one that's 4 foot, it's going to stick into the walkway. It'd be too wide.
I was hoping, well, we can't move that over. But here was my thing, is still I was hoping to get all the grapes out in the field. These are all grapes.
All right, well,
that's what I was hoping for, and then maybe put melons or something here.
No melons.
I grow the cantaloupe there, maybe the honeydew here, but yes, the watermelon out there because snakes just love to hide out in there. But also the bunnies eat part of the watermelon, which is ridiculous. So we have tons of problems with bunnies.
Yeah, slowly been getting rid of them.
Sadie has been.
Sadie's been getting 8 or 9 of them now, just in the backyard. She can't catch the ones out here because they're too fast for her. They go diving into the culvert over there, and also the broken up rocks and concrete that we have that we got to repair to hold the water in. Alrighty, so we're gonna get our head together. Oops, oh yeah. I was working on this yesterday, so we need to finish this part out real fast. Get our head together and see what's what. Alrighty, well this is what's happening to all the pools. They're breaking like potato chips. Well, that's trash. Really? Well, we ran out. We have 2,000 pins. I ordered more because now we got to get them out of the boxes and put them in the boxes. So we're going to get them out. And then we'll get them in. But yeah, we ran out. We have 2,000 pins. I ordered more. 'Cause now we got to get them out of the boxes and put them in the boxes. So we're going to get them out. And then we'll get them in. But yeah, we ran out. We have 2,000 pins. I ordered more. 'Cause now we got to get them out of the boxes and get the little plastic pieces on them and fill some buckets. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna add a third row right here. Since this is our path of travel, we'll have buckets over here. And if I need to add more doubled up, this is all doubled. These are all 6-footers once they're folded out, but I just double them up because it just gets so chewed up. So if I have to do like a runner or so, I'll do it, you know. But we need to go do some pins, and then the gentleman who owns that yellow kettle corn trailer, he's on his way as well. So that'll give us time to get that out of here and get some more of these prepared. So we'll see you soon. Wow, all this is just deteriorating. So I'm gonna move these 3, we'll place them wherever she wants over here. Then I gotta start tearing all this part apart. We'll patch the holes, we'll get this out of there, get all that cleaned up. But when I moved this, something was living underneath there and underneath here too. So, let's see what happens here. What happens when you get already decomposed wood. And look at this too. That's blowing out, that's blowing out. These will get replaced with buckets eventually. Or 55-gallon drums that are cut in half. That's what those are. I think this is a better way to go, to be honest with you. It lasts a lot longer. Costs a little bit more, like 20 bucks. So you figure each one of these buckets we paid $5 for, which is still less expensive than, less expensive than grow bags, and also less expensive than the other tubs that we had out here with handles that you can get at like Walmart and stuff. You know, we bought those years ago to put drinks and sodas and waters in them for parties. There's a bunch of ice, and they worked out great as long as you kept them out of the sun. But I think the 55-gallon drums are the better way to go. A lot thicker, they last a lot longer, and let me show you something. You can do that too. Cut them in half. What are all these plants? Yeah.
Elderberry.
Oh, wow.
They're supposed to go out too.
Are they? All right. Well.
And we need to dig those up too. I mean, not this year. There's 2 elderberries out there that we're gonna have problems if we don't cut them out and dig them up. They're the bushes instead of the trees, because they're gonna grow up underneath all this stuff like crazy.
So these are trees, and
These are bushes. But what happens is they do this. That's why I'm trying to. They're like the raspberries. They're the same type of family. They're berries.
Okay.
Elderberry, raspberry. Oh, look at this.
What are you looking at? What is it?
Onions. But they're coming out where they weren't. Putting the mushroom compost has caused everything to pop really nice.
Good.
I mean, there's a bunch in here that they're not all popped yet, but definitely the mushroom compost has made a change. 3 days ago, none of that was here. Oh, here's another tomato. So I'm pulling out all the tomatoes as I find them.
Alrighty. Well, we got more cleanup, more moving around. More work.
Tons.
Alrighty. Well, I think I'm gonna have to call it for today here. I'll either make a separate video or add to it. I don't know yet. I'll be back up tomorrow. I gotta get to the chicken coops and get those things cleaned up. That's more important right now than this part here. But the rain's coming Saturday, so I want to try to get that done with all the weed barrier. And it's just so much work. It just keeps accumulating. I might have to take this whole thing down and rebuild it, because I'm not happy with it. It's screwed to the wall here, but everything's falling apart, you know. I mean, like I said before, this is old trusses that sat out for a while. See what we can do. Doing a garden makeover. So, just in case, thanks for watching. Be well, be blessed. If not, we'll see you tomorrow in the same film.